Hey guys, this is the Great Jedi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a non-spoiler review for the movie The Rise of Skywalker. Before I start this review, just keep in mind I've only seen it once and this is my first impressions, so just keep that in mind as we're going through this review. It can always change in the future. I might have completely different thoughts and opinions once I see it a second time, but this is just a non-spoiler review of my first impressions. Okay guys, now let's jump into the review. Hey guys, this is going to be an interesting video. This is a non-spoiler review for The Rise of Skywalker. I just got home, did my live stream. Now I'm just doing this review. This isn't going to be like a formal video. This is just kind of like my thoughts. I'm not going to be spoiling anything. I'll do a spoiler review later on. Maybe in a couple to a few days after people get a chance to watch it. I think the word to describe this movie is interesting. It's very interesting. I will say going into this movie, I did not have high expectations. In fact, they were very low. Because if you guys don't know already, I hated The Last Jedi. I don't like Disney Star Wars. I think the sequel trilogy sucks. So I had low expectations going into episode 9. I will say it did not meet my expectations. So it was slightly lower than what I had them. And I would like to separate this movie into two separate categories. One, as like a movie in general. And then the other category as like a Star Wars film into the Star Wars universe. And I just want to get this out of the way. As a movie in general, it's amazing. I absolutely loved it. The visual effects were fantastic. There was a lot more character development. It was just a really good, well done film. So good job, JJ, for doing that. But on the other hand, you have the film as a Star Wars film. Yeah, that sucked. I'm sorry, I did not. There's just so it had I have like a love-hate relationship with it, or love's kind of stretching it. It's more like it had the good parts, it had the good bad parts, but the bad parts were just so bad. It just demolished all the good parts that it did have. And I don't think this is J.J. Abrams' fault. I believe that this is Rian Johnson splitting up the fan base from The Last Jedi. I say this because obviously The Last Jedi was controversial, and The Rise of Skywalker basically retconned a lot of Episode 8, and then it had to be its own movie. So yeah, I'm still kind of thinking about the movie in general. I'm not gonna get into any spoilers, but I'll just say as a movie in general, well done movie. I liked it. As a part of the Star Wars film, I didn't like it. I hated it. I do think it is better than The Last Jedi. I do. Not by much, but a little bit. I will say it's closer to episode 7 on my ranking. To be honest, I really wish the sequel trilogy doesn't even exist. It just ruins Star Wars for me. See, in my mind, the saga is 1 through 6. I'll include Rogue One and Solo. I thought they were good. Not as good as the first 6, but the first 6 is my cup of tea. I like it. But yeah, those are just my first impressions of the movie. Honestly, if you're going to if you're like a Star Wars fan, you're gonna go see the movie. Go see it. Don't have high expectations. Expect to be let down, but it was an entertaining movie. Let's just say I was entertained the entire time, but I was upset at the same time. It's kind of hard to, I don't know. It's kind of hard to put my finger on it, but there were certain things I did like. I'll go over to my spoiler review. I liked C-3PO's humor. I'm not gonna go into depth about it, but certain things like that I really liked. There was a lot of fan service. I didn't think it was overkill. I thought it was really good, fan service wise. I don't think it was overdone at all. I think it was actually done in a smart way. So yeah, I'm just still just trying to think and process about all of what just happened. But yeah, so I don't really know how I would rate it out of 10. That's why in the thumbnail it has a question mark. I really don't know. I can't give it a rating right now. But obviously I wouldn't rate it as a Star Wars film because I think the complete sequel trilogy sucks. It just sucks. It's plain and simple. At least in my opinion. I don't think it was as bad as 8. I don't think it was as okay as 7. I feel like it's more towards episode 7 for me rather than 8. But I felt like J.J. Abrams did a pretty good job for what he had to do with. So that's just my first impressions of my non-spoiler review. If you guys like it, like the non-spoiler review, go ahead and leave comments down below. Like the video, consider subscribing if you like this type of content. Anyways, this is a great Jedi, and may the Force be with you always.